We're so glad that you're here. Are you stuck? Listen, this is going to be an amazing interview. My next author's name is Herb Bennett, and he wrote a book called Design Science in the New Paradigm Age. And, well, Herb, we're going to bring you in because this is some exciting stuff about what only happens about every 26,000 years. Can you talk about what your book is about?
Absolutely. It's a pleasure and welcome. Um, the book Design Science is actually a guide for the new age where transformations are needed to change the mindset of the creative individual who wants to now elevate their levels of creativity to align with the prosperity that's ahead of us when we understand that this is a very precious moment and time in human history. Paradigms shift, as in the Stone Age, the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, every 26,000 years.
Wow.
Now, we are in a big celebration mode here, and whatever else is going on is not going to stop this momentum. So welcome to the new paradigm age.
What
And and
an
the beauty
honor.
and then the beauty of it too is that it hasn't been named yet. There's no godfather or godmother for it. So it's open.
I have a name,
Okay.
the Herb Bennett Age.
The Herb Bennett
Because
age.
you're the one getting the word out about this. And I love the fact that you're so positive. Oh my gosh. How many times we see the news and people talking about the future, it's doom and gloom. You're like, no, this creates new lifestyles. There is prosperity. There is life in abundance. Can you talk about that?
I will allow my inspiration to talk about that because I'm too humble and not qualified to touch that subject.
Oh,
It's the spirit in all of us,
yeah.
that powerful creation that we all get confused with all the different names and ideologies and systems that divide and conquer us to prevent us from realizing our fullest potential that we have to tap into, and we can tap into it. There's nothing to tap into. We're already there. We just have to be aware and shift some of the conditionings to happenings right now.
Ooh.
And in a second, you are there already. There's no place to go.
We just have to embrace it.
We just have to, it's not even embracing. You don't have to do anything. Just
It's here
stop.
for the taking.
It's stop. Be silent and tune in.
Herb, one of the things you say is it starts with a clear vision and a creative mission to be on purpose. Let's expound on that a little.
Yes. The clarity comes from the metaphor I like to use is you do not put new wine into dirty bottles because you're going to end up with vinegar.
Mm,
Cleansing,
wow.
changing the mindset, if you want to talk about positive, there's no nature, spirit doesn't judge positive. The polarities are not, they're all extremes of the same thing. So why do we fall into the trap of trying to define it in one way or another? It is what it is. We have to touch base and tap into our our inner standing, not understanding or any other
Oh,
kind of standing, the inner standing, where we start with the clarity. We know who we are, what we're committed to. Serving others is the best way to serve yourself.
mm, mm,
Because if you're a creative person, who are you doing the work for? Not for
mm.
yourself, it's to help others, to elevate them, change their lifestyles. And so the better equipped you are to begin to do these things, the clearer you need to be about what you're doing.
What do you want? What your
what
goals are?
what your goals are, and be aligned and in tune with the kinds of rituals, the processes, the methods of accomplishing the task.
Hmm.
The task is then supported by knowing your purpose because they come hand in hand. The task, the purpose is the task, and the task is the purpose. And you start to do that dance, and before you know it, everybody's enjoying the journey to their own destiny.
You know, Herb, a lot of people are going to say, oh, Herb, the future, it's all about luck. Who people meet, how, how the stars line up. What would you say to that about it being luck?
Uh, Luck. There is no such thing as luck because if you were even going to define it, because it's so ubiquitous, so such a kind of false narrative that you'd have to think of it as when preparedness meets opportunity,
Wow.
something connects.
Okay, say that again.
When preparedness meets opportunity, tunity, listen to the words,
Yeah.
magic happens.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
are the magician.
You just kind of blew my mind with that. Luck makes it feel like we have no control in it, but you said being prepared.
That's the only thing you have, that's the most important part of the process that you control your preparedness, your mindset, your skills, they're not deficiencies, they're just temporary lapses in being able to act or to take action. And in this
Mm.
world of sharing and caring and loving, you have so many support systems and others who can help you out. You get stuck somewhere. That's what this mission is about. It's like getting people motivated to act on their becoming clear about their mission and their vision and purpose, which is kind of like setting the groundwork, the grounding that's needed. From there, ideas will begin to flow from your experiences, from your visions, from the clarity that emerges from in that state and that mental acuity that then develops, where you can now begin to respond to the call to action. The call to action is not you thinking about what you have to do. The call to action is just look around you and see all the people in pain and
Mm.
suffering and do something about it. That's your purpose.
Herb, we've got about 30 seconds, but I know that self-learning is an important part of what you preach on and share your message.
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that?
Yes. Where do we get information from?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
However, we have to kind of differentiate the forms of information. Information is only one sort of term that kind of lives in the materialistic world and
Hmm.
the understanding of material reality, as it were. And it does not embrace wisdom, intelligence, and knowledge
Wow.
with the information. So if you look at the first word letters of all those four words, which you could look at as four forces of mentalism, okay, those four events that happen to you when you are conscious, cognizant, and all the kinds of elements of presence that we experience,
Yeah.
we begin to see that there's a word there. It's the wiki. It's not the wiki on the internet. It's the sticky wiki that sticks to your heart and your
Mhm.
mind and your soul that gives you carte blanche to just determine what you are about how you move through the course of the navigation that's needed to then share and care and love so that we can all be enjoying the prosperity, the abundance, the elevation of our consciousness that shifts the entire planet to a whole other level of vibration without
Mm.
all the comic strip science fiction stuff that's going on in a very organic, natural, peaceful, joyful way.
Herb, you are amazing. You are smart, you are positive, and you are a future thinker. We've got to wrap up here, but if someone is listening to this radio show and not just watching the video, how can they get a hold of you or get your book?
Get the book. The
Hmm.
book is, can I give you a website link?
Please.
It's Ideas for Online
Okay.
Biz.com.
Okay.
That's a synopsis. That site is a synopsis. That site is actually the introduction to all of what follows this introduction and this invitation, because the book can be bought through the site at a publisher called Author House, who published the book. And anyone wants to reach me, feel free to call me at 718-398-8052. That's in Brooklyn, New York, and open to helping others make their transformations and get to center to begin to be part of this movement. It is healing. That's what this is all about. It's
Yeah.
healing
Yeah.
from a different perspective, from a perspective that has to do with where people are. We are in materialism. We are in consumerism. All those isms that keep us in prisons, we got to break out of.
Wow. Wow. That makes a lot of sense. Herb, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll be talking again soon. Have a great day.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.